Warning: this documentary contains images of animal predation. Viewer discretion is advised. This is the story of perhaps the most insane wildlife sighting of my life. When we bumped into this lion pride on the move, we never could have expected what was about to unfold. My first lioness, she's seen the impalas. Completely lost sight of them. Oh, they're running.
We've got a baby impala.
Oh my god. Oops. I'm in MalaMala Game Reserve in South Africa, the oldest and largest private game reserve in the country. With just 3 camps spread out across over 500 square miles, it's one of the most exclusive wildlife reserves on the continent, renowned for its superb leopard and lion sightings. This is my 5th stop on my South Africa safari adventure, which has taken me through a number of private Greater Kruger reserves. There's no fences between the private reserves and Kruger National Park, which borders them to the east, allowing the free movement of wildlife over a huge area. So far, I've spotted the Big Five in Timbavati and Olifants West, come face to face with cheetahs in Manyeleti, and witnessed a wild dog pack make a successful kill in western Sabi Sands. I didn't think it was possible for things to get any better. But I was about to be proven wrong. MalaMala was about to blow my mind. My adventure starts here as I arrive at MalaMala Main Camp, nestled in the heart of MalaMala Game Reserve. MalaMala is actually part of the wider Sabi Sands Game Reserve and is situated at the very far east. Today, I've journeyed here from western Sabi Sands. MalaMala has 3 camps, all perched on the banks of the Sand River. I'm staying in Main Camp, the original camp which is oozing with heritage. It's time to see our room. Hello, come on in. Welcome to my suite at MalaMala Camp. There's so much to show you here, but let's just start with this lovely hallway. We've got our teas and coffee making facilities here, some filtered water. We have a full selection of beverages. If we come into here, we have got a lovely sitting area, so many different places to sit. You can sit here and it's very, very comfy, or you can sit here. Also very comfy. Or if you want to admire the view, you can enjoy yourself here. Very nice. From here, we can go into the master bedroom, which is just magnificent. What I love about this place is this is one of the oldest camps in South Africa, and it has maintained so much of its heritage. It feels a bit like we have stepped back in time and we are the first explorers on safari. We've got our bed. Okay, that's super comfy. That was lovely. We have even more seating areas in case you wanted to try something out that was different to that. Admire the view with a tea. And then we have a little desk where we can edit some pictures, or I can fill in my species checklist, which I love to do. I've been doing that everywhere we go. I will be doing that again. We have lots of wardrobes. So we've got bathrobes and slippers. A laundry bag in case you want to do some laundry. We've got a safe and essentials, like Doom spray, very much essential. But my favourite part about this room has got to be, this is bathroom number 1. You can access this bathroom from many different places. Easy access, so the toilet is never far away when you're desperate. The toilet, we've got this nice basin. We've got a freestanding bathtub, which is great. And a shower, nice and spacious shower. Enjoy the shower. But this is just bathroom number 1 on the other side of the bed. We have a second room with toilet and 2 basins in here, another shower and another bathtub. So you can have baths at the same time if you fancy it, or a shower at the same time. But there's another shower. We're not finished with our bathing stuff. This is another thing I love about the room. I'll show you the shower in a bit, but we have got this wonderful balcony. You can sit here and just admire the views of the Sand River. There's a herd of elephants just on the other side of the river. It's quite a large herd, actually, a breeding herd of mothers and their calves. What a welcome.
But that's not all.
You see the giraffe down there? I've only been here 5 minutes and I've already seen so many animals. Or if you fancy it, you can move to sit on this part of the balcony for a slightly different view. Oh, there's loads of elephants down there. That is the benefit of the different view. You see different things. We've got our outdoor shower behind this little privacy screen. Wonderful. So you can enjoy feeling of the outdoors. Nothing quite like it. So there we have it. A wonderful suite.
After settling into our room, it's time for some afternoon tea before our first game drive. We meet our guide and driver Jack before it's time to head out. As we make our way down to the Sand River, we come upon our first big cat. Lions. There are 2 lionesses here and their 6 cubs. 4 of the cubs are 11 months old and the other 2 are 9 months old. These lions are part of the Kambula pride. But the pride has splintered recently. It's thought that the arrival of 2 new males known as the Gajima males has caused these lionesses to split from the rest of the pride. The fathers of these cubs were recently pushed out of the area by the 2 Gajima males who have now taken over the territory. The Gajimas will now look to kill any cubs which aren't theirs, and so these mothers have taken their cubs and fled to the north of the territory, far away from the new males. We can only hope they stay safe. There isn't much action going on here, and so we move on. I had no idea that something very special was waiting for us around the corner. But before we dive into it, I want to ask, are you interested in booking your own safari experience just like this, but are unsure where to begin? It may help if I share some information on exactly how I booked this safari. I book all my safaris, including this one, with tried and tested local tour operators who I trust. They provide a seamless experience and peace of mind by taking care of the entire safari experience, from airport transfers to domestic flights and of course the fabulous lodges and game drives themselves. If you'd like to receive free, no obligation quotes from these hand-selected operators who I've been on safari with, click the link in the video description or pinned comment, or simply scan this QR code on screen.
We've been looking for a leopard and we literally just got a call. The camp staff have seen a leopard, so we are heading there now and hopefully the leopard will still be there.
Supposedly these leopards, mother and cub, somewhere in the Sand River here, opposite the deck, so let's have a look here.
On the sandy patch.
Okay. So you can see the tail flicking at the moment. There's actually, it's not 2,
Oh, I can see them,
it's 3
Jeez.
leopards
Whoa.
all together there, hey?
That is incredible.
Whoa, I've never seen.
Yeah, there they are.
I
Oh
saw
my
the
god.
Dynamics there, you know.
So it's father, mother, cub.
Wow. This is incredible. We've come across not 1, not 2, but 3 leopards. There is a female called the Piccadilly female with her cub who is nearly a year old, born in January. And what's really interesting about the sighting is the father of the cub is there too. He is called the Flat Rock male. And I've just never seen leopards together before. It's just incredible. They're in the river, literally just in front of camp. It's just so magical. And then this lighting as well.
This is an unbelievable sighting. Seeing a mother leopard with a cub is a first for me, and I had secretly hoped to see one during my time in MalaMala, but I never would have expected to see the father with them as well. It's extremely unusual to see a whole family together, as leopards are thought to be solitary, and it's believed that fathers have nothing to do with rearing cubs. But leopards are very elusive, which has hindered research, and so it seems we're only just starting to understand them. The Piccadilly female is nearly 12 years old. Over her lifetime, she has successfully raised 2 cubs from different litters to adulthood. Hopefully, this little female will be her 3rd success. As the sun starts to set, the cub and her mother start to become active. They cross the dry river and disappear into the bushes. Crashing from the bushes tells us they're still in the area. The duo are playing. The Piccadilly female and her cub frolic about in the bushes. The flat rock male rises and begins to slink away in the direction of camp.
So my colleague can't see them either. I think let's maybe just try to push a little bit further, just in case.
We've lost the mother and cub, the fading light making it hard to see. But we're not prepared to give up on them just yet. We have a secret weapon, a thermal camera. This camera, which can see in total darkness, picks up on heat and displays warm objects like mammals as bright white. I'm delighted to find them. They're still by the same tree and are still in a playful mood. Just then, they emerge from the bushes and gift us with the most superb view. Suddenly, the Piccadilly female freezes. She spotted a scrub hare. Leopards are opportunistic predators, and this is an opportunity that's too good to miss. She begins to stalk forwards. Her body language sends a silent message to her cub, who retreats to the top of this ridge, out of harm's way. Spotlights are prohibited when an animal is hunting, as it can interfere with the hunt. This is where the thermal camera really comes into its own. With the naked eye, it's growing challenging to see the Piccadilly female. But with the thermals, the scene before me is crystal clear. Slowly, slowly, she edges closer to the hare. Before I know it, we're sitting in pitch black. It's incredible how she's able to see in these conditions. Just then, the hare starts to move. But unfortunately for the Piccadilly female, it's away from her. The hare's relaxed demeanour suggests it hasn't scented the leopard, but just so happened to head to safety. Hunt over, the Piccadilly female makes her way back to her cub. We decide to call it a night and head back to camp, where we enjoy a wonderful evening meal. I demolish a springbok carpaccio, followed by a steak and a yummy dessert. Whilst we're enjoying our meal, we are joined by a curious hyena. What an incredible first day it's been in MalaMala. I had no idea that tomorrow was going to be even better.
Good morning. It's the first morning here in MalaMala, and we had a great start to our trip last night. Seeing those 3 leopards was incredibly special. It was pretty cool last night, actually. When we were walking back to our room, the night watchman said that at 8 o'clock, when he went to get a guest, which was like dinner starts at 8, literally on this path I'm walking on now, he saw a leopard. And when he was walking us, he showed us the tracks. You can see this video I got of them. So that's really crazy. The leopard literally walked right past our room. At like a normal time, 8 o'clock. Insane.
The plan this morning is to head north, deep into the territory of a female leopard known as the Sabi female, who is the Piccadilly female sister. The journey leads us past this pair of dung beetles. The female is riding atop the ball, whilst her mate painstakingly pushes it up a rise. Further up this dry riverbed is a mother elephant feeding her calf. The bird life here is impressive too. We pass this pied kingfisher, and in the road ahead is a lilac-breasted roller who is enjoying an insect feast. We're in the heart of the Sabi female's territory now. Just then,
Oh, I can see her, yeah.
we spy spots. This is the Sabuyi female's 9-month-old male cub. Fancy that. I'd never seen a mother leopard with a cub before, and now I was being gifted with 2 sets within a 24-hour period. We come closer and spot the Sabuyi female herself.
It's a wonderful start to our morning. We've come across a beautiful female leopard, a different one to yesterday, but she also has a cub. The 2 of them actually have an impala lamb kill here. It's hidden in the grass, but I can just see the cub playing around with it. What a fantastic start to the morning.
Being from the same litter as the Piccadilly female, she's also approaching 12 years old. Over the years, she's had more success with raising cubs, having raised 5 to adulthood so far. The cub is feeling playful, flinging the impala carcass about. But the inanimate impala soon gets boring. It's time to move on to a target that can play back. The little cub retrieves the impala carcass. I'm amazed as he holds it up a tree and stashes it safely in the fork. He's already learning what it means to be a leopard. The Sabuyi female comes to rest nearby. And the play continues. Eventually, the cub retreats into a tree. But his mother isn't prepared to call the game quits just yet. It's now time to rest. The duo will likely remain here for the remainder of the day, and so we wish them farewell. As we drive onwards, we stumble upon this black-backed jackal, followed by this pair of dwarf mongooses. We pass this baby elephant, and I am overjoyed to have my first ever sighting of green wood hoopos. When we leave the road, I know something good is waiting for us.
We found the Kambula lion pride that we saw yesterday. So the 2 females and the 6 cubs. 4 cubs belong to one of the females and 2 cubs belong to the other one. We got here just in time because they're on the move to the shade. They're a lot more active than yesterday when they were just completely flat out. It's lovely to see them up and about.
As the pride settles down to rest, one of the lionesses spots something. It seems to be a false alarm, and so she lies down beside her pride mate. And a tender moment ensues. Grooming is extremely important as it enables the lionesses to reaffirm their bonds. The Kambula pride will now rest for the remainder of the day. We make a plan to check in on them later. Little did we know, this decision would provide us all with one of our best ever wildlife sightings. But for now, it's time to head back to camp for some breakfast. After breakfast, we take the opportunity to explore MalaMala's camps. As well as MalaMala main camp, you can stay at Sable Camp, which is right next door. Rooms are extremely similar in their design. In fact, our room is technically part of Sable Camp. But the key difference is you have access to a smaller, more intimate dining area and swimming pool, making it perfect for couples and those seeking some more privacy. MalaMala has a third camp, known as Rattrays, which is further south on the reserve, and is MalaMala's most luxurious property. Each of the 8 suites has its own private pool. We have a moment to rest before it's time for afternoon tea and our afternoon game drive.
Thank you very much.
Just moments into our drive, we come upon our first sighting of the afternoon.
We found 3 lions, 2 lionesses and 1 male lion. The lionesses are from the Kambula pride, which is the same pride as the other lions that we saw earlier. What's interesting is these male lions here, there's just 1 here, but there's actually 2 of them in the coalition. They are new to the area, kind of taking over. And at the moment, this lion here and this lioness are mating, and they will continue mating over a period of 5 days and go at it pretty regularly. The other lionesses we saw earlier, also from the pride, they're kind of moving out the area because they have young cubs who are not fathered by this male, so they're at risk of being killed if they get found. Pretty nice to see male lion. It's our first one that we've seen here.
These new male lions are known as the Gajima males. They have been the dominant males in southern Sabi Sand for a few years now, but it seems they are expanding their territory further north. This lioness from the Kambula pride doesn't have any cubs of her own, and so it makes sense for her to accept the new males so that she can start her own family. This pair are now on their honeymoon. When a pair of lions is on their honeymoon, it's so full on that they don't eat for the entire honeymooning period. There really is only one thing on their minds. The shade of our car is proving enticing for the Gajima male. We hold our breaths and daren't move an inch as he comes to rest beside our vehicle. I feel honoured that he feels safe enough to rest by our car. When the Gajima males were first discovered, they were extremely skittish and wary of vehicles. It's amazing how he is now completely relaxed in our presence. Just then, an elephant emerges from the bushes. Elephants don't tolerate lions at all, and so we prepare for a possible tense encounter. However, the elephant doesn't notice the lions, and the scene remains peaceful. We've been flooded with so many incredible sightings that we simply haven't had time so far to enjoy a tea break, which typically takes place each morning, or a sundowner, which happens on each evening drive. We make the decision to head for a sundowner tonight, as it would be a shame to visit MalaMala and not have the experience.
We've stopped at this gorgeous spot on the Sand River for some sundowners. We've come a little bit early because we decided if we came here slightly before sundown and then got back on the road, we're more likely to see the animals getting active.
Cheers. Stopping for this sundowner proves to be an extremely good decision. Not only are we gifted with this fantastic sunset, but the exact timing of our movements mean that we would soon come upon perhaps the best sighting of the trip at exactly the right moment. As the sun sinks below the horizon, it's time to get going. Jack is on a mission, and it doesn't take us long to find out why. The Kambula Pride breakaways, consisting of the 2 lionesses and their 6 cubs, are on the move. Lions are nocturnal and prefer to hunt under the cover of darkness, and so there's a high likelihood that the lions are looking for a meal. We follow them into the night. The cubs veer away from the road and quench their thirst at this puddle. The pride takes a moment to rest. It's like the calm before the storm. And then they melt away into the night. A grassy plain dotted with impalas lies ahead. There's even a white-tailed mongoose hanging out here. We decide to wait to see if the lions make an appearance. And sure enough, right on cue, a lioness emerges. She slinks closer to the impalas, using the bushes as cover. Lions are ambush hunters. They need to be within around 20 meters of their prey in order to have any chance of launching a successful attack. The lioness has vanished. She'll be behind the tree somewhere, inching ever closer. Now, all we can do is wait. The impalas spook. but the lioness is still nowhere to be seen. They scatter again, but this time it isn't a false alarm.
Good part of it, baby Apollo.
In an unbelievable twist of events, the 6 cubs, all under a year old, brought down an impala lamb all by themselves. This is extremely unusual and a very rare sighting. Drawn by the sound of the commotion, one of the mothers arrives back at the cubs. She looks incredibly proud of her cubs. This must be such a reassuring moment for her. Already, at this young age, her cubs are showing signs of being efficient hunters, which must give her hope for their futures. I notice how she doesn't try to grab a bite for herself. She's letting the cubs enjoy their moment. We hear on the radio that the second lioness was successful in her own hunt and took down a second baby impala. She walks past in the distance, presumably to settle down and enjoy her meal on her own. Four of the cubs are now feeding peacefully, but the lioness is wary of the other 2 cubs eating separately. She knows that the noisy sound of the cubs feeding could well attract other predators, such as hyenas or even other lions. As a result, the cubs are at risk. The lioness starts to call for the other cubs. She wants them all where she can see them. It's quite a paradox to see such a tender side to the lions after witnessing the feeding frenzy we saw earlier. In no time at all, the impala lamb is completely gone. And the lions move on. What an absolutely remarkable end to the day. On our way back to camp, we encounter this limping hyena. The thermals show that it's actually missing a foot. We then come upon this large spotted genet, which is one of the Secret 7. If you've been following my South Africa series, you'll know that I made it my mission to try to spot all of the Secret 7 over my month-long visit to Greater Kruger. Despite my best attempts, I've so far only managed to glimpse a civet and a porcupine. Seeing this genet takes our Secret 7 total to 3. There's a reason these animals are known as the Secret 7. They are very elusive. Suddenly, the genet pounces towards a frog, but just misses it. Back at camp, we enjoy a 3-course meal before retreating to our room.
Okay, this is super exciting. I said on my preferences I was obsessed with biltong. And then I look in my room and they provided me with a bowl of biltong. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And as you can see, I've already been enjoying it. I could not resist. Look at this guy. Woodland kingfisher. It's right on the balcony. This morning we're looking for a female leopard who has 2 cubs in more of the southern area of the reserve. We've been driving through a riverbed where she normally hangs out. So far she has been eluding us. We found some tracks, we followed them in one direction, and then we saw them going the other way, so now we're going in another direction, and now we're going back into the river again. So let's hope that we find her, because seeing 2 cubs, I think they're like 5 months old, would be just magical. But even if we don't, it's a lovely drive here. It's just so scenic, driving through this dried riverbed.
Then, we spot a leopard. But not quite the one we're searching for. This is a leopard tortoise. Whilst it may not be a big cat, seeing this guy still fills me with joy. The search continues. And whilst the leopard may be hiding, we see an abundance of other species. This pair of knob-billed ducks are a welcome sight. The male is putting on quite the display for us. And of course, who wouldn't be impressed by a colourful lilac-breasted roller?
No luck with the leopard and cubs. Well, we've scoured everywhere down the riverbed, all the roads surrounding that. We've even gone down some bush trails, but the leopard doesn't want to be seen. So we're heading out of this area. There's been reports of another leopard somewhere. So we're going to try our chances there and see that leopard instead.
The leopard is strolling purposefully through the long grass. As we take a closer look at her spot pattern, we realise she's in fact the female we've been searching for all along. She's a long way from her usual hangout spots.
We have found her. We have found the female who has 2 cubs, and she is on the move, and she is moving really fast. She looks pretty hungry, and it's quite unusual for them to be moving at this time of the day. It's like quite hot. See her there. Oh my goodness. And yeah, she's really giving us the runaround.
This female is known as the Kapan female. She's just over 9 years old. Over her lifetime, she has raised just 1 cub to adulthood, a female who is now 3 years old. The Kapan female looks hungry. It's likely that she ventured so far from her cubs during a quest for a meal. However, it doesn't look like she was successful. She marks her territory as she goes. Something I found very interesting is that a leopard scent mark smells exactly like popcorn. She's covering a remarkable amount of distance, all under the scorching mid-morning sun. She must be hot. Eventually, she comes to a stop. Whilst we're admiring the Kapan female, standing elegantly in the fork of the tree, I feel something on my back.
Oh my goodness, look at this, look.
Oh my god, you've got a stick insect on your back. I thought it was a stick.
Well,
So he started walking.
We get off your hat and get that. It's okay there.
Yeah, he's fine now. He was chilling on your hat. There we go. Do you want a picture as well? Or?
Now that he's been safely ejected from my hat, we can go back to gazing at the leopard. She makes herself comfortable, preparing for a midday snooze. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, I become painfully aware that these are my last moments in MalaMala. It's time to say goodbye to both the Kapan female and the reserve itself. I had high expectations of MalaMala. I grew up watching documentaries filmed in this very reserve and made it a life goal of mine to visit someday. I could not believe that MalaMala was able to exceed my expectations, but it really did just that. In just 48 hours in the reserve, we've seen 6 individual leopards and witnessed a pride of lions make 2 kills. This is quite possibly the most action-packed 48 hours on safari I've ever had. To make this farewell even more bittersweet, my final moments in MalaMala are in fact my final moments in the private reserves of Greater Kruger. I've been fortunate enough to spend a month visiting 5 different locations across this vast ecosystem, but all good things must come to an end eventually. Still, I'm not ready to go home just yet. Certainly not without seeing Kruger National Park itself. And so, I make a last-minute extension to my trip. In the next video, we will finally step foot in the world-famous Kruger National Park. If you want to go on your own safari of a lifetime in South Africa, don't forget to click the link in the video description and pin comment in order to get free quotes from the same companies who I use to organise my safaris. If you enjoyed watching this video, I have a feeling you'll love my video on Western Sabi Sand, where I had some of the best wildlife sightings of my life, including wild dogs on the hunt.